Welcome, family. Happy Sabbath. Happy Sabbath. Happy Sabbath. All praises and great glory to the Most High Yah for allowing us to see another Sabbath day. Today, family, we're going to be doing Exodus 10. Very pivotal chapter, if I may say so myself. Because we get to see more judgment from the Most High Yah, family. More judgment. All praises and great glory to the Most High Yah, yeah? So without further ado, we just gonna get straight into it, family. Lot to cover. Want to try to get everything I can. So Exodus 10, we gonna go and read verses 1 through 2, family. 1 through 2. Let me just find my place here. Give me 1 second. All right. Exodus 10, 1 and 2. And Yah said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the heart of his servants, that I may shew these my signs before him, and that thou mayest tell in the ears of thy son and thy son's son what things I have wrought in Egypt, and my signs which I have done among them, that ye may know that I am Yah. So Moses, he represents the messenger of deliverance, family, if you don't know. The one who's raised up to confront the oppressor head on. This is like the Most High sending a black man with nothing but a message to stand against presidents, police, and powers, system after system. No army, just a word. So family, if you are in this remnant, you will be called to confront the system, not run from it or blend in. You bring truth into the lion's den, family. That's what the Most High is going to raise up. He's raising up people today, such as myself and others, to talk to this system, to bring nothing but truth to the system. Look what the Most High says. I have hardened his heart. He's doing this. Pharaoh not doing this on his own. He doing it. Harden is kazak in Hebrew, which means to make strong, stiff, stubborn, relentless. Pharaoh's resistance is not just natural evil, family. It's the Most High's chess move. He is fueling the opposition to make his power undeniable. It's not always the devil, because there is no devil, family. It's the Most High setting the stage. When you see police brutality, government oppression, and no matter how much you protest, march, vote, or plead, they dig their heels in deeper. We see it today. That's hardened hearts, family, and the Most High is doing it. Every time the world doubles down on hating, ignoring, or demonizing black people, even as we beg for justice, family, you're seeing hardened hearts at work. Not coincidence. This is all prophecy. So why y'all getting all surprised out there when y'all see these heathen doing what they do after we beg? It's all part of the script, family. Stop thinking the Most High is only about good vibes. That's what y'all say today, right? Good vibes. He creates the conflict to show you who he is. As Solomon says in Proverbs 21:1, the king's heart is in the hand of Yah. He turneth it whithersoever he will. He does this, family. He's hardening Trump. He's hardening these MAGA idiots out here. These heathen around the world. He's doing this to show you who he is. Now, why is the Most High doing this? That I might shew these my signs before him. So the plagues aren't just for punishment, family. They're evidence, receipts, proof of who's running the show. The Most High could have snapped his fingers and freed Israel instantly, but instead he's putting on a global display, same way he's doing today. You had COVID-19, right? Mass protests, economic crashes around the world, disasters in the news every month, every day it seems like now. Every one of these is a sign, a wake-up call for both the oppressor and Israel to know who's really in control. The fact that even after centuries of oppression, the so-called Negro is still standing, still unbroken, that's a sign itself, family. They've been trying to kill us for centuries, but we still here. Why? Because it's the Most High's will. So stop begging for quick fixes, family. Sometimes the struggle is drawn out so the Most High's signs can be seen and remembered. In verse 2, why is he doing all this? That thou mayest tell in the ears of thy son and thy son's son. Tell is safar in Hebrew, which means to recount, declare, to narrate. So this is not just about remembering, it's about generational education, oral tradition. You're not just surviving the struggle, you're supposed to teach the next generations what happened. Who delivered you and how. Grandmothers, grandfathers, telling the family about the civil rights era, slavery, the Great Migration, what it meant to be black in America. And more importantly, how the Most High kept them through it. So when you sit your kids down and tell them the real truth about Africa, about slavery, about the Bible, why do you do that? So they don't forget who they are. A lot of y'all not doing that today. Y'all trying to let the heathen do that. That's why the Most High has raised up DeSantis to bring out that critical race theory. Because he's forcing you as an Israelite to teach your kids who they are. And stop relying on the heathen to teach your kids who they are. See, the Most High forcing your hand, the Israelites. He's making you teach your kids who they are. That means you're going to have to open up this Bible and get some understanding so you can teach your kids the truth. That's why the Most High put a stop in erasing our history. Because he's putting the onus on you, black parents, to teach your kids. This ain't no coincidence, family. The oppressor tries to erase your memory. Schools won't teach your history. The media won't show your struggle. They keep you distracted. So you have to fight to remember and to pass it on. That's what the Most High is doing this for right now. What things he has wrought in Egypt, and my signs which I have done among them. Key word wrought. Hebrew word is allowed, to deal with, to do, to perform with intensity. This is about the works of the Most High, not the works of men. The miracles and judgments are supposed to make you sit back in awe and realize no man did this. When hurricanes, tornadoes, or wildfires hit, and they can't explain why it's happening, at the same time oppression gets ramped up. Every time they dig the hills in and oppress us more, family, what happens? The Most High brings these natural disasters. You had California on fire. You had all these wildfires. Starting of the month, starting of the year, 2025. All them fires. You got all these tornadoes now. They're all over the place. Flooding all over the place. People dying all over. This is the Most High. He's ramping up the signs as they ramp up their oppression on us. The more they oppress, the more he judges. When the government can't fix gun violence, family, addiction, or poverty in our neighborhoods, but the people still survive, still build, still worship, that's a sign he's still moving. You need to see your struggle as spiritual, not just social or political. Every impossible deliverance in your family line is a sign. So tell it. Don't hold it in. Tell your people. Tell your children. That's what the Most High is trying to get us to understand here. So we keep it moving. 3 through, look at me getting tongue-tied. 3 to 6. And Moses and Aaron came in unto Pharaoh and said unto him, thus saith the Lord God of the Hebrews, how long wilt thou refuse to humble thyself before me? Let my people go, that they may serve me. Else if thou refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow will I bring the locusts into thy coast, and they shall cover the face of the earth. that one cannot be able to see the earth, and they shall eat the residue of that which is escaped, which remaineth unto you from the hail. And hail shall eat every tree which groweth for you out of the field. And they shall fill thy houses, and the houses of all thy servants, and the houses of all thy Egyptians, which neither thy fathers nor thy fathers' fathers have seen, since the day that were upon the earth unto this day. And he turned unto himself and went out from Pharaoh. So verse 3 here, the Most High, Moses says, Lord God of the Hebrews, there it again. He's declaring his exclusive relationship, not the God of Egypt, America, or Rome. He's the God of the Hebrews, the Israelites. This is about identity. The world can claim God all they want to, family. But the true power is riding for one people, the ones they keep at the bottom. Jeremiah 10:16, the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things. How long wilt thou refuse to humble thyself before me? He asked Pharaoh. Refuse is ma'in in Hebrew, which means to be obstinate, unwilling, stubborn. We all know why he's stubborn, family. The Most High making him this way. Humble is anah, which means to bend the knee, submit, to be brought low. Pharaoh's pride is demonic, family. He thinks he's a god himself. Every time politicians, police chiefs, or billionaires ignore truth, double down on injustice, act like nothing can touch them, they're walking in Pharaoh's spirit. You see it in the corporate boardroom, in the White House, in every apology that changes nothing. James tells us in chapter 4 and verse 6, God resisteth the proud, but giveth grace unto the humble. Let my people go, that they may serve me. The Most High is not asking for a favor here, family. He's demanding freedom for his people so they can serve him. Service and worship require freedom. If you're in chains, literal or mental, you can't fully serve your creator. That's how it is today. Our spiritual and social freedom is mandatory for worship. That's why the system keeps you working, distracted, exhausted, so you never serve your true purpose. So he warns them in verse 4 about these locusts. Locusts in Hebrew is arbeh. These aren't just bugs, family. They're an army, a devouring force, nature's scorched earth policy. Locusts symbolize total, unstoppable judgment. When the Most High says, let my people go, and you keep playing, nations, he brings devastation that no army could prevent. Look at these economic collapses around the world. Layoffs, shortages that you see in recently. When a nation oppresses the poor, the stranger, and especially Israel. The Most High lets natural disasters and economic plagues eat up all their security. COVID lockdowns that happened. Job losses. Store shelves empty. Rent sky high. These are locusts, family. In another form, these are the locusts of today. Symbolic, family. These are the locusts of today. Joel 2:25, Most High says, I will restore to you the years that the locusts have eaten. All this stuff that's happening right now, the Most High is going to reverse it all when the sun comes back. All of it's going to get reversed. Inflation, gone. Thing of the past. Interest, usury, all that gone. Being poor, gone. All of that. All these rules and regulations, thing of the past. That's what the Most High is going to restore. So verse 5, you see the consequences here. They're going to cover the face of the earth. That's darkness, suffocation, no escape. The devastation is complete. No more hiding. No more patching up what's left. The Most High's judgment leaves nothing untouched. Every solution they put in place after the last disaster, useless when the next plague hits. Them 2020 pandemic, that hit, right? Wiped out a lot of jobs. Then the fires hit the West Coast. Then hurricanes hit the South. Every backup plan fails. The residue of hope gets eaten up by the next crisis. Whatever little stimulus check, little food pantry, little diversity program they set up gets swallowed by the next wave of trouble. Jeremiah 8:13, I will surely consume them, saith Yah. There shall be no grapes on the vine, nor figs on the fig tree. That is what he's saying. All this stuff that these heathens have set up, the Most High gonna destroy it all. That's what he's talking about here. He gonna destroy it all. So he's showing you in Egypt a symbol of what's happening today. He don't gotta send no locusts for this, family. The locusts are symbolic for all the things that are happening here. The destruction, the unrest, economic failure. All of that is a locust. And then we see verse 6, unprecedented destruction. It says it's going to fill thy houses. The plague is personal now. It invades the oppressor's home, not just the economy or fields. When judgment comes, there's nowhere to go. This is in your face judgment, family, not random bad luck. This hits every household of the oppressor. They've never seen anything like this. No history, no tradition, no ancestor to give advice. This is new terror. COVID and all these other plagues hit the rich and poor alike. They got hit with it too, family. They had to get locked down too in their house. Mass shootings, addiction, suicide rates on these heathens. Economic depression, stuff that never happened before. It's hitting every house. These heathens have never had to deal with this before. Now they're dealing with it on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, yearly basis. And it's getting worse. That's why they're going crazy out there. That's why the Karens are coming out. That's why the heathen are raging out there, family. That's why they're getting mad. That's why their vitriol is getting worse. The hatred of us is getting worse because they know this is how God doing it. You got neighborhoods that never saw poverty, now filled with boarded up homes, crime, and drug overdoses. Isaiah 47:11, therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth. And so he turned himself and went out from Pharaoh. Moses dropped the mic. He's not begging, not arguing, just giving the word and bouncing. When judgment is pronounced, there is no debate. There comes a time when the prophets and the word leave the table. No more warnings, just consequences. Y'all getting this? This ain't no time for compromise or negotiation today, family. When you see the system hardening its heart, doubling down on oppression, know that the next plague is right behind it, and it's going to touch every house that stands against Israel's freedom and restoration. Y'all getting this? Understanding this? It's too good. All praise to the Most High, family. You're seeing all this in real time now, family. All this happening in real time. This is why it makes this so good. So we keep it going. 7 through 11 now. And Pharaoh's servant said unto him, how long shall this man be a snare unto us? Let the men go, that they may serve the Lord their God. Knowest thou not yet that Egypt is destroyed? And Moses and Aaron were brought in again unto Pharaoh. And he said unto them, go serve the Lord your God. But who are they that shall go? And Moses said, we will go with our young and with our old and with our sons and with our daughters, with our flocks and our herds will we go. For we must hold a feast unto the Lord. And he said unto them, let the Lord be so with you, as I will let you go. And your little ones took it, for evil is before you. Not so. Go now ye that are men, and serve the Lord, for that ye did desire, and they were driven out. They were driven out from Pharaoh's presence. What can we learn from this right here, family? What are we seeing? Well, let's see. Verse 7 here. Even the oppressor's house is divided here. The key word in this 7th verse is snare, which in Hebrew is mokes. A trap, stumbling block, something that brings trouble. Even Pharaoh's own people see that the game is up. Moses isn't the problem. Pharaoh's pride is. The same system that oppressed Israel is now falling apart from the inside. You see this in 2025, family. Governments double down on injustice and their own people start saying, enough. You destroying us too. Not just them. Think the whistleblowers, the good cops quitting, politicians turning on each other, or the public protesting their own leaders for mishandling the crisis. Y'all see the heathen now protesting now? This happening right here. When the Most High fights for you, family, he'll turn your enemies against themselves. Like it says in Zechariah 14:13, everyone's hand shall be against the hand of his neighbor. In Matthew 12:25, Yahushua says, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. So Pharaoh offers compromise in verse 8. Go serve the Lord your God. Pharaoh tries to act reasonable. All right, go. But exactly who is going? The system never gives real freedom, family. Only control limited negotiation scraps. They always want to dictate how much freedom you can have and who gets it. Like when they say you can protest, but only in this fenced area. Or you can have civil rights, but only these ones. Or you can go to church, but keep your mouth shut about real truth. 501c3. You can be black, but only in ways that don't challenge the system. Now see how it lines up with what the Pharaoh talking about here? They want you to keep piecemeal, family. Divided, always asking for permission for something that's already yours. So Moses refuses to leave anyone behind. Total liberation he's asking for. Moses don't negotiate with the oppressor. Everybody is coming. Young, old, sons, daughters, animals, possessions. This is all in. No man left behind. The key word here is feast, which is chag. A holy celebration. Not just food, but worship, joy, and identity. It's not enough for a handful of black men today to succeed while the community stays in chains. It's not enough for you to make it out if your family, your nation, your wealth, your story stays back in bondage, black celebrities. Our liberation must include our children, our women, our legacy, our history, and our economics. This is what Moses is saying here. Acts 7:7. And the nation to whom they shall be in bondage will I judge, said Yah. And after that shall they come forth and serve me in this place. This is what Moses is fighting for. Total liberation. So verse 10, Pharaoh threatens. Pharaoh says, yeah, if I let you go with your families, you'll never come back. Beware, trouble is waiting for you. See, now you're making you scared. Now you're trying to make you scared. He tries to put fear and intimidation in them. Classic tactic of the oppressor's family. If you break from our system, they say today, you'll lose everything. If you take your kids out of our schools, they'll fail. If you go independent, you'll regret it. They threaten your family, your children, your legacy. Try to scare you back into line. Because the oppressor always frames your freedom as dangerous or evil. Flipping the script so you feel afraid to break free. Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. This is what the oppressors do today. So verse 11, he gives them a half offer. He says, fine, just a man can go. That's what you wanted, right? Now get out of my sight. That's what he said. That's what he said, get out of my sight. But that's not what was asked, family. The Most High demanded total liberation. The key phrase here is driven out. They weren't just dismissed, they were forced out, kicked out, disrespected, denied even the dignity of negotiation. Every time you try to negotiate for justice today, family, the system offers crumbs, then throws you out the room if you won't settle for less. That's how they see you, family. You are less than nothing. You ain't even worth negotiating about. Go get your equality, they say. But don't bring your family, don't bring your wealth, don't bring your faith, don't bring your culture, don't bring your real identity. The world is cool with you being spiritual or religious, family, as long as you don't get too serious, too unified, or too whole. That's why they get mad when we Israelites split up the word. We tell them who it's for, and it ain't for everybody. That's when they get mad. See, they love you when you're a Christian and think about, oh, God love everybody. They love it when you're like that. But when you get exclusive, when you start putting up walls around the word, when you start keeping the heathen out, that's when the intimidation comes in. That's when the true colors come out. That's when they drive you out, family, because your deliverance threatens their power. So don't settle for fake. Don't settle for partial, any acceptable freedom from this world. The Most High wants all of Israel, families, legacies, wealth, and worship free. The system will threaten you, try to divide you, or toss you out when you refuse to compromise. That's the sign you're almost at the door of deliverance, family. Hold the line. We keep it moving now, family. 12 through 15 now. Hope you're understanding this. And Yah said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand over the land of Egypt, for the locusts, that they may come upon the land of Egypt, and eat every herb of the land, even all that the hell hath left. And Moses stretched forth his rod over the land of Egypt, and Yah brought an east wind upon the land all that day, and all that night. And when it was morning, the east wind brought the locusts, and the locusts went up all over the land of Egypt, and rested in all the coasts of Egypt. Very grievous were they. Before them there were no such locusts as they. Never after them shall be such, for they covered the face of the whole earth, so that the land was darkened. And they did eat every herb of the land, and all the fruit of the trees which the hell had left, and there remained not any green thing in the trees, or in the herbs of the field through all the land of Egypt. Whoo, all praises. So verse 12 here, the command goes forth out to Moses. Stretch out thine hand, the Most High says. This is authority in action. The Most High tells Moses, don't just walk, move, act, command. When deliverance is about to hit, family, it's not about your prayer circles and meetings. The Most High uses his servants to act publicly. They eat every herb, all that the hell has left. The previous plague, which was hell last chapter, didn't finish the job, but this one will. The Most High stacks judgment upon judgment. He always finishes what he starts. America, Europe, Africa, they keep getting hit by disasters that never fully recover before the next one drops. Economic crisis, then a pandemic, then riots, then food shortages. Back to back to back to back to back, never getting back to normal. We got hurricane season coming up. Actually, it's already here. Just waiting until these hurricanes start coming up on the coast. Right now, the Most High just been keeping them out there by Mexico. Don't worry. The Atlantic Ocean finna churn up some for you in the south. You heathen in the south. Don't worry. Tornado season still here. Still churning up tornadoes and destroying y'all out there in the rural areas. Verse 13 here. The rod is a symbol of power, as I told you before. Authority and leadership. The Most High's chosen always have a visible authority the world can't deny, even if they don't understand it. That's this word, family. That's the authority. Being able to preach this word and tell them what it really means. That's the visible authority. So the east wind comes in Hebrew. The east wind, which is Ruach Kadim, is harsh, scorching, destructive. It often brings judgment. Isaiah 27:8. He stayeth his rough wind in the day of the east wind. Hosea 13:15. An east wind shall come, the wind of Yah. So when you see unstoppable waves of destruction, wildfires, hurricanes, tornadoes, droughts, or even mass layoffs, market crashes, gentrification, these are east winds, family. Not every disaster is natural. Some are spiritual warnings. Symbolic, family. You got to see what the Most High is trying to tell you here. He's using this story to show you what he's doing today. Doesn't mean he's literally going to do what he did back then. But he's showing you the aftermath. He's showing you the signs. He's showing you what happens during judgment. Are we not seeing these things in different forms now? He don't got to send actual locusts, family. People get too tied up in the literal things, not seeing that there's another layer under. This is how the Most High and the prophets spoke throughout the book. Yes, this happened for real back then. But it was a spiritual and a symbolic sign for us today. So you see the obedience of Moses. Moses didn't argue. He did what was commanded, even knowing it would bring more pain to the enemy. Real prophets don't sugarcoat, family. They obey. A lot of these people out there who preaching the word of God, they sugarcoat. Trying to get a mass audience, trying to get more likes. I ain't trying for getting for likes. I don't care about likes. I'm here to tell the truth, no matter who it offends. And trust me, it offends a lot of people. Yeah, I should see my DMs. Woo! The hatred is real, family. Here you see verse 14 here. Now the locusts coming. Can you imagine? I mean, seeing that? It's crazy. Noah scared the shit out of them. They were grievous, heavy, unbearable, destructive. No such locusts, neither after them. This is unprecedented devastation here the Most High is bringing. Nothing in the nation's history compares. Egypt never had this happen to them before. The Most High reserves special judgment for those who refuse to let his people go. He'll bring disasters that erase national pride and great history. Remember the 2008 market crash? COVID-19? Massive wildfires earlier this year? Flooding? City-shattering riots? You see that all over the world. Never say happened before. That's what America likes to say. That's the Most High level judgment. The Great Depression, the Civil Rights era. Every time they say we've never seen it this bad, that's a locust moment. Joel 2:2, a day of darkness and gloominess. Skip over. A great people and the strong. There hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it. Verse 15, total darkness here. Economic collapse. Covered so that the land was darkened. That's physical darkness. But also spiritual and economic darkness. No hope, no life, no prosperity. When the Most High turns out the lights, even the sunniest society turns cold, hopeless, and desperate. They ate every herb. Not any green thing remained. What does that mean, family? Complete economic wipeout. There's no backup, no rainy day fund, no food, no recovery. And that's where we're heading to here. Some of these countries, they're already there. But we definitely ramping up in this one. This is the collapse of the American dream. When jobs, savings, crops, businesses, neighborhoods, families all get swallowed by the storm. It's the Most High letting you know he controls the food, the resources, the wealth, and you can't oppress his people forever and escape white people, Asian people, Hindu people, so-called Arabian people, African people, so-called Hispanic people. Even though y'all white with your seasoning. You can't oppress us. That's why y'all seeing all y'all countries failing right now. Failing. I pray for it every day. Fall. Fall. I see the deaths ramping up. I'm like, all praises and great glory. Another little heathen kid dead. All praises and great glory. Let them feel the pain that we have felt for centuries, for millennia. Look at grocery prices today, family. Food shortages around the country. Crumbling infrastructure, family. Rising crime. And think this is what a modern locust plague looks like. He don't got to send no physical locust, family. It's already here. Revelation 18:8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. Death and mourning and famine. We in the midst. We can say, no, Revelation, it's still to come. We already here. We're on the final straightaway, family. We're already in the midst. Stop saying Revelation is far off. It's coming. It's already here. Because y'all look at things literal. The entirety of Revelation is symbolic. It's allegory. It's happening in John's head. It's not literal. People thinking dragons and shit going on. Wars in heaven. No. Allegory. Symbolic, family. Alliteration. Poetic language. We already here in Revelation. We already living it right now. If you know, you know. This is what all that means, family. Locust just means judgment that can't be stopped, predicted, or controlled. Darkness just means when the world's wisdom, resources, and pride get turned into confusion, fear, and starvation. We seeing it today. And the destruction of the green things is the stripping away of false hope and pride. Only the Most High can restore what he destroys. Only he can. And that's what he gonna do when all this is said and done. If you are Israel, know that this is your deliverance working. If you're the system, heathen, other nations, know your days are numbered. We keep it going. 16 through 20. Kind of like this straight the way through. Kind of like this going straight the way through. We're making good time here. 16 through 20. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron in haste. He calling in haste. Look at him. Help me, please. I have sinned against the Lord your God and against you. Now therefore forgive, I pray thee, my sin only this once, and entreat the Lord your God that he may take away from me this death only. And he went out from Pharaoh and entreated the Lord. And the Lord turned a mighty strong west wind, which took away the locusts and cast them into the Red Sea. And remained not one locust in all the coasts of Egypt. But guess what? Yah hardened Pharaoh's heart so that he would not let the children of Israel go. Y'all see how the Most High doing this? He want this thing to go all the way through. All the way through. So now we got the fake scene from this nigga. Verse 16, his fake confession. So he came in haste. Pharaoh ain't moving slow now. When the pain gets real enough, even the proudest oppressor turns desperate. He tells him, I have sinned against the Lord your God and against you. Damn it, I sinned. Now notice this, Pharaoh doesn't say, our God. He's only recognizing the Most High's power out of fear, not out of real faith. This is the classic fake apology here, family. The heathen do it all the time. Yeah, I was wrong. Please help me. It's not real repentance. Just regret for the consequences. After every tragedy or scandal, leaders apologize on TV. We see it all the time. We're sorry. Mistakes were made. That's what they say. Not because they care, but because their world is falling apart. You see how desperate they're getting right now, family? You see the fear in their eyes when they're on TV. You see it. You can see it. They may try to act all strong, but the ones with eyes to see can see the fear behind This is the truth. Like these police chiefs are apologizing after being caught on video. Y'all remember that? Y'all see it all the time. Politicians only saying sorry when the votes or the money start leaving or a scandal happens. That's when they say sorry. They don't care. They just want you to like them again. Look past my grievance. Look past what we did. Let's move on. Let's close that door and move on to the future. 2 Corinthians 7:10. For godly sorrow worketh repentance. Skip down. But the sorrow of the world worketh death. So Pharaoh's sorrow here is just worldly sorrow. He ain't changing. As we see. Verse 17 here. The manipulation. Just this one time. Forgive me, I pray thee. My sin only this once. Pharaoh's not committed to change here, family. He just wants release. Just fix this one thing and I'll be good. It's always conditional. Because the oppressors always want the pain to stop, not the system to end. Because the system is where they get all their power from. They don't want that to end. They just want the pain to stop. The U.S. throws out these stimulus checks like they did back there with the pandemic. They pass these temporary laws or put Black Lives Matters on the streets. Hashtags and blackouts. Not because they care, family, but to stop the protests, the backlash, the economic pain. And it works on these rebellious Israelites because they are so simple. They believe with everything. And they go right back to normal. And then guess what? The heathen go right back in the cycle again. The cycle never ends, family, because the Most High wants a cycle to keep going and going and going until it reaches a final peak. And then the Most High going to destroy it. The heathen say, just make the riot stop. Just calm your people. Just fix this one time. Then everything goes right back to normal. If your apology is only to stop your suffering, heathen, it ain't real. The Most High sees right through your performance. So Moses intercedes in verse 18. Yes. He went out and entreated Yah. Entreated means athar, which means pleaded, petitioned, prayed earnestly. Moses still does what's right. He prays even for the enemy. The Most High's servant isn't petty. Even when your enemy begs you, you take it to Yah. Matthew 5:44, love your enemies, bless them that curse you. Moses does the right thing. But your enemies here is your people. What Yahushua's talking about. I'm not praying for these people. But sometimes you got to pray for your oppressors. Not for their comfort, but so the Most High's will is clear and his glory shines even in judgment. So the west wind comes. The Most High commands nature, family. He's sovereign. Remember, I've been telling you this. He commands it all. First, the east wind brings destruction. Now the west wind brings deliverance from the same power. No one else could fix Egypt's crisis but Yah. When he says stop, it stops. Every time a disaster ends as suddenly as it started, pandemics, financial crisis, war, even personal attacks, it's not luck or science, heathen. It's the Most High moving. But of course, you know them, they gonna take credit. And so he put them in the Red Sea, the same sea that will soon destroy Pharaoh's army. Ain't that something? This is a preview of his fate. Do you get it, family? The Most High showed him, hey, this how you gonna die, nigga. Woo! Boy, all praises to the Most High, boy. Ain't it good? read Psalms 78, 45 to 52. Let's go recap all the plagues and the Most High delivers and destroys at will. Go read that. So verse 20, the hardened heart returns as scheduled. After all the begging, all the drama, Pharaoh goes right back to oppression. The Most High is running Pharaoh like a puppet, family. He wants this conflict to go all the way to the finish. Why? So his name, his power, his judgment is remembered forever. We still remember his judgment even today. Thousands of years later, we still remember this judgment. How many times has the system repented after a disaster, only to double down on the oppression of his people when the heat lifts? It's not just human stubbornness, family. It's the Most High making a point to all generations. Police reform, voting rights, fair housing laws, always reversed or undercut after the news cycle moves on. This is Pharaoh 2.0 today. Same cycle, family. Isaiah 63:17. Oh Yah, why hast thou made us to err from thy ways, and hardened our heart from thy fear? So don't be fooled by fake apologies, family, from the system. Your enemies or even your own oppressors, repentance without change is a performance, not real sorrow. Real power is when Yah makes your oppressor beg for relief, but he decides when to lift the pain, not them. The Most High is running the whole drama. He lets the enemy's heart harden so he can finish the judgment and show every generation that he's not to be played with. Don't trust the system's tears, family. Don't be distracted by temporary relief. Stay focused on deliverance, not compromise. Bottom line is this: oppressors don't change from pain. The Most High is using them to prove his power, then destroy their system. That's what he's doing today. He did it back then, he's doing it today, all over the world. Don't fall for their crocodile tears or halfway reforms. Deliverance is coming to us, and it won't be through their mercy, but through the Most High's judgment. So we keep it going, 21 to 23. And Yah said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. And Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days, but all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. So verse 21 here, the key word is darkness, which in Hebrew is kochek, which is the absence of light, but also spiritual blindness, ignorance, confusion, depression. So here, which may be felt. This isn't just physical, family. It's emotional, spiritual, and mental darkness so heavy, it's like wearing a straight jacket. This is the Most High turning off hope for the enemy. No inspiration, no comfort, no vision. A society that can't see forward, can't see each other, can't even see itself. Look around today. Mass depression, suicide, anxiety, confusion, darkness you can feel. That's when nothing makes sense. Politics is chaos. Nobody trusts anyone. And life feels pointless for the oppressor. We are in it right now. The American dream turned to nightmares. School shootings, police brutality, mass shootings, opioid crisis all over the country. That is darkness you can feel. We already in the plagues, family. They ain't coming, it's here. That's what y'all trying to tell you. If you keep thinking it's near future, you will never be prepared. Whoops. Isaiah 60:2, we know about this one. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, already here, and gross darkness the people. But Yah shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. We gonna shine, family, through the darkness. The remnant. 3 days of thick darkness in verse 22. Thick in the Hebrew is afela. Dense, choking, suffocating. You can't even see your own hand in front of your face. The 3 days is symbolic. 3 is completion, perfection, resurrection. It's a full cycle of judgment, but with deliverance on the other side. Whose deliverance? We all know this. You're going to see it in the next verse. This is total shutdown, family. Nothing moves. Nothing works. The world systems are brought to a dead halt. Historically, every 3 days in scripture is about death, followed by deliverance. Jonah in the fish. Christ in the tomb. Israel. Remember Hosea said 2 days? We'll be dead. On the third day, he's going to rise us up. These COVID lockdowns that happened. 3 days turned into months. Everything stopped. People locked in. Darkness over the land. Society on pause. People losing their minds. Family. We already had it. We here. This ain't nothing future. We've already had this. Still having it now. Think about times when the whole country seems to be on pause after a huge disaster or during blackouts and riots. If you go read Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verses 2 through 21, it's going to describe the terror, the dreams, the mental torment that hit Egypt during this plague. And then I want you to mirror that to what you see today. A little bit of homework for you. Choose to do it. I don't care. It is what it is. Matthew 12 and 40. For as Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly. So look at verse 23 here, the separation here. Supernatural light for Israel. Egypt saw not one another. Social breakdown, no community, no love, no vision. The oppressor is trapped, paralyzed by the darkness he brought on himself. The world is connected, but more isolated than ever. You see people living in the same house who don't speak. Neighbors who don't trust. They saw not one another, family. Y'all see it today? Who trusting people today? Everybody got this distrust of everybody. It's already here. Man, I praise the Most High for showing me this shit, man. Everybody say we waiting on these plagues again. We waiting. It's already here. Neither rose from his place. Psychological and physical paralysis, family. Depression, anxiety, fear. Nobody moves. Nobody acts. You see today with the mental health crisis, people can't get out of bed, can't function. Schools, jobs, churches, entire cities locked in confusion and fear today. But there's a silver lining. All the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. The key point here is while Egypt is drowning in darkness, Israel's homes are lit up. The remnant. When the world is confused, broken, panicking, Israel, the real scattered black Israelite, has spiritual clarity, hope, and direction. Do you not have that? Being a part of this remnant family, being able to see through all the bullshit, all the chaos. Can you not see the hope? Can you not see Yah's glory and all the destruction across the earth? That's light in the dwellings, family. You see what the Most High trying to tell us? Man, this shit blew my mind. Blows my mind every time I read this word. I tell you, pooh. When everything is falling apart outside, but your prayers are answered, Israel. Your children are waking up. Your community is seeing truth. You can see while others are blind. This is what the Most High trying to tell you through this story here. He's showing you. Everybody, they're too focused on the literal part. But the Most High is speaking spiritually here. Proverbs 4:18-19. But the path of the just is as the shining light. Skip over. The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble. Are you finally getting it? Symbolic, family. Psalm 112:4. Unto the upright there ariseth light in the darkness. John 8:12. I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. See, spiritual darkness, family. The Most High is trying to tell you this darkness is spiritual. Darkness for the world, but light for us. This is happening now. The world is breaking under depression, anxiety, confusion, but the real Israelites, the remnant, waking up to who they are starting to see, connect, build, and teach. That's the supernatural light in our dwellings, family. The Most High separates his people, even while you're in the midst of the oppressor system. The government, the job, the city might be in darkness, but your household can be full of revelation, wisdom, healing, and peace. Are you remnant not seeing this in your house? Is this not happening for you? You don't get light by running to the system, family. You get it by turning to Yah and his truth. Ephesians 5:8, look what Paul says. For ye were sometimes darkness in our ignorance, but now are ye light in the Lord. Walk as children of the light. Walk in the spiritual truth. This word, that's the light. When you consume this word, the light shines forth from you. And other people, other Israelites are drawn towards it. That's why I said in Isaiah 60, the Gentiles shall see and come to thy light. These are the Israelites. These are other Israelites. We ain't talking about no heathen here. Ye are all the children of the light. 1 Thessalonians 5:5. In the children of the day, we are not of the night, nor of darkness. Today, the darkness is getting heavier, thicker, and more felt in every system that's oppressed us. But Israel's awakening brings light to every home that seeks the Most High's truth. Let the world see the confusion. We shine regardless. And we finish it up, 24-29, baby. And Pharaoh called unto Moses and said, Go ye, serve the Lord. Only let your flocks and your herds be stayed. Let your little ones also go with you. And Moses said, Thou must also give us sacrifices and burnt offerings, that we may sacrifice unto the Lord our God. Our cattle also shall go with us. There shall not an hoof be left behind, for thereof must we take to serve the Lord our God. And we know not with what we must serve the Lord until we come thither. But Yah hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not let them go. He would not let them go. And Pharaoh said unto him, Get thee from thee, take thee to thyself, see my face no more. For in that day thou seest my face, thou shalt die. And Moses said, Thou hast spoken well. I will see thy face again no more. Mad, family. He mad. So the Pharaoh's last offer here, leave your wealth. He offers a fake compromise again. You can go, your kids can go, but leave your wealth here. The system will always let you be free as long as you broke, powerless, and can't build anything for your people. They're fine with black progress as long as you don't own land, business, banks, schools, or media. Go worship, go march, go protest all you want. Just don't take the money. Don't take the resources. Don't build your own, i.e. Black Wall Street, Rosewood. You sacrifice, or your sacrifice to the Most High is incomplete if you don't bring your substance, your wealth, your full legacy. Why? Because in Deuteronomy 8:18, the Most High says, it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant. So why not bring it with you if you're going to worship him? Because he gave it to you. Moses in 25 and 26, not a hoof left behind. No, he says. All Israel, all resources, all worship, nothing stays in Egypt. The Most High wants everything that belongs to his people out of the oppressor's hand. No divided allegiance, no shared economy, no compromise. Don't just go to church and leave your business, your money, your family, your influence in the world system. Pull it all out. Invest, build, teach, heal. Bring it all to Yah. Because when the Most High delivers, he delivers fully. No half-stepping, no leftovers for Pharaoh or Babylon today. Genesis 15:14, and afterwards shall they come out with great substance. We're about to see that soon. Psalm 105:37, he brought them forth also with silver and gold. So verse 27, but Yah hardened that heart again, and he will not let them go. Harden his heart again. Again, it's not just Pharaoh being stubborn here. The Most High is showing his power, letting the drama build up for the ultimate judgment. When the system refuses to give up control, when you see the oppression doubling down even when it hurts them, no judgment is near, family. That's why we know judgment coming soon, family. Look at them today. Look at them today. They angry. They want to kill us so bad, family. They want to kill us so bad. So 28, his rage, his mass drop. Pharaoh goes from fake negotiation to open threat. You come back, you dead. So when you refuse to settle, the world will hate you, threaten you, cut you off. When black voices refuse to compromise, they get banned, they get fired, slandered, even threatened with death. Malcolm, Martin, Harriet. Whenever our people get close to full liberation, the system turns deadly. Because we shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, family. That's what Yahushua said back there in Luke 21. Moses' final word, he stand firm. He not afraid of this nigga. He accepts the separation. The time for talking, negotiating, or appealing to the oppressor is over. Now it's just judgment and separation. When you're done negotiating with the world, family, you're one step from deliverance. Revelation 22:11, he that is unjust, let him be unjust still. Skip over. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. So family, Exodus 10 is prophecy, blueprint, and warning for every Israelite waking up in modern Egypt, America, the West, wherever you are scattered. Here's the truth. The Most High ain't asking for permission. He's hardening their heart on purpose to set the stage for judgment so powerful every generation gonna remember. Every protest, every demand, every compromise rejected. It's just the Most High setting up their fall in your rise. Compromise is also a trap. The world would always offer you freedom if you leave your wealth, your families, your future in their hands. Moses said, not a hoof. You need to say the same. No more begging. No more settling. No more half worship, half culture, half economics. Israel's deliverance is total. Physical, spiritual, generational, financial. Because the darkness is getting deeper. But Israel's light is rising. The system is collapsing all around us. Economic, social, spiritual darkness everywhere. But those with Yah, with the testimony, with the history, with the real spirit of Israel, have light in their dwellings. This is your moment to shine, to build, to teach, to gather, and to stand firm in the midst of all the chaos. Because when negotiation ends, deliverance is next. The time for talking is over. The time for warnings is over. The Most High is about to finish what he started. Don't fear the threats. Because the last words of Pharaoh always come right before destruction. So pass this story to your children and your children's children, if you have them. Because you are the proof, the seed, the prophecy walking. Never let the world teach you that this is just a story. It's your reality, your future, and your identity. So the bottom line here is this, family. Don't settle. Don't fear. And especially, don't compromise. Take everything with you, your faith, your families, your substance, your future. The world is collapsing all around, but light is rising for those who know they are. The Most High is not just freeing individuals. He's bringing out a nation. So stand ready. Stand firm. Let the plagues fall, because our deliverance is at the door. And with that, I end my sermon. All praise and great glory to the Most High Yah for allowing me to give you this word today. Thank you, family, for listening. If you made it all the way to the end. Hope you guys had a great Sabbath. Yah willing, I will be back next week. We're going to do Exodus 11. I pray you guys were spiritually edified in this. I pray that you guys see what the Most High is trying to get you to see. We already living in the darkness. We already living in this judgment. Revelation is already here. It's not no near future. We already here, family. You got to prepare now. You got to get out now. You got to teach your people now, your children now. Because if you don't, it's going to take them by surprise. And as Yahushua said, your garments better be clean when he come. So with that being said, family, I'll leave you with Valley of Decision. Another song on my album. Wish you well. Love you, family.
Multitudes, multitudes in the Valley of Decision.
Valley of Decision, where the nations meet their fate. Valley of their ending, where justice cannot wait.
Draw the nations to the valley where they'll fall. Line them up before the judge of one and all. Put in the sickle for the harvest time is here. While their armies gather without holy fear. Every kingdom that opposes righteous reign, now assembled for the judgment of the shame. Let the heathen be awakened from their sleep, as they march towards the valley dark and deep. Ancient prophets saw this moment in their time, when the nations would be judged for every crime. Now we witness what was written long ago, as they march towards the final overthrow.
The sun and moon shall darken, the stars withdraw their light, as Yah shows forth his power, revealing wrong from right. Valley of decision, valley of their doom, where the judge is seated, justice coming soon. Every nation gathered for their final day in the final valley, where they fade away. Multitudes are falling into judgment's hand, kings and kingdoms calling as they cannot stand. Valley of decision, where his word comes true, where the nations perish as the prophets knew. See them marching with their weapons raised in pride, while the heavens open up and cast aside every tower that they built against his name, now collapsing as they march towards their shame. Beat your plowshares now to swords for this last war, but your weapons cannot save you anymore. Let the weak say I am strong, but all in vain, as they gather where their blood will fall like rain. Global armies thinking they can take the stand against the power of his mighty righteous hand. But this valley holds the judgment long decreed, where their pride will finally cause their hearts to bleed. The day of Yah is near in the valley of decision. Their armies disappear in the valley of derision. Every weapon failing, every strategy denied, while his word prevailing leaves no place to hide.
Now the harvest sickle swings with mighty force, while the wine flows with judgment on its course. Blood will flow up to the horse's bridles deep, as the mighty of the earth begin to weep. All the military might dissolves away, as they face the terror of this final day. Every nation that defied his holy law now confronts the judgment that the prophet saw. See the armies of the heavens joining now, as the nations of the earth are forced to bow. In this valley where decisions all are made, watch their power and their glory start to fade.
Valley of decision, valley of their doom, where the judge is seated, justice coming soon. Every nation gathered for their final day, in the final valley where they fade away. Multitudes are falling into judgment's hand, kings and kingdoms calling as they cannot stand. Valley of decision, where his word comes true, where the nations perish as the prophets knew. Let the nations gather, let them try to stand, but their might will scatter at his mighty hand. For the day of vengeance in his heart has come, and the valley witnesses their kingdom's done. Justice can